Okay, yeah, I'm back. I just skipped a bit of trash back there. You didn't miss much. Same recording, same whatever. Um, yeah. What was I saying? I'm trying to get back on what I was saying. Oh yeah, people use on CC, and this was not. This group is good enough to CC, I guess. Though it really should be expected with people. I don't know why it isn't, but it isn't. So let's see. It's not a good thing, but it's a good thing that this group is one of the exceptions, the rare exceptions to the I state again. Yep, I'm gonna help with that. Do my part in CC. Something, Compton. Oh, somebody broke. I guess it might not. But I don't know. Again, I'm not perfect at this. In no way do I know every fight or when the best times of CCR or anything like that. Um, I'm just doing my best. I really don't watch too many guys. To be honest with you, I probably should be watching more. Though, no really point now. At least I do raid lead, so on that level, I do kind of have a knowledge about raid leading and stuff like that. So I have enough knowledge to explain to other people whether or not I can do all the mechanics perfectly. That's a separate issue. But I think I can do pretty good at the mechanics myself. I try to do practice what I preach. With that, try not to tell my group to do this and be a perfect group, then be really sucky, just being NASA or something. Just be bad at the game. I feel like I need to follow the mechanics I'm making my other raiders follow, because if I don't, what the fuck should they? Question mark. It's not really a question, but whatever. I don't give a shit. Video Compton. Easiest name in the motherfucker. Straight out. I like that song, but I don't want to sing it because it's not my type of words. Yeah, we're doing surprisingly well here. It's kind of sad because usually I was coming up here like, oh my god, you're gonna see so many fails and be hilarious. It's like everyone always fails like a million times on this boss because no one can figure out the mechanics. And boom, I find a group that actually knows how to CC and actually CCs the guys and actually doesn't break the freaking CC and cast AOE into all of them and wipe. We've had like no death actually, which is I don't know, maybe an LFR record or something. I don't know. So it's surprisingly good. Hopefully we can carry this luck. We haven't actually had a wipe during this thing, which is surprising. I guess as I said again, this long into an expansive life though, it's not that surprising. But yeah, we're gonna be doing garage. Uh, I didn't think I'd have. I don't really think I have to say it this far in, given the fact that WAD is coming out so soon, and that's basically like. But some people do get pissed. Possible spoiler alert if you do know nothing and you haven't done anything at all. But it's like at the right at the after the very long period that people had to deal with just Ice Crown Citadel, basically. That's like when that ended. People getting mad because somebody said, "Oh, yeah, the fire guy turns into the new Lich King." It's not much of a spoiler because it's literally been here forever. And if you haven't already figured this out or went to this raid and done this, it's like I don't think you cared enough really, or at least done research on it to like have a proper enjoyment of it. Freshly, personally, if you haven't gone to, if you were gonna watch a fight guide, you should expect it. But so possible spoilers ahead. Again, just don't want to piss anybody off. Basically, this is a pretty fun fight. Actually, I will be honest with you. It's one of my favorite fights. As I said, it's much shorter on. I haven't done too much on Flex. I've done a lot on LFR, which kind of sucks because LFR groups aren't as good at it, which kind of sucks. But you'll get a good group sometimes, which I appear to have right now, which is nice. Um, Usually though, I really don't run it with Flex that often. I'm trying to think. Maybe once or twice I've run it with Flex, for the pure reason that again, it's hard to find a group that knows how to do all the mechanics. But it's a really fun fight. I wish I could I wish I could find a nice group. I'm 550, so I kind of want to just before WAD ends. There is an achievement, isn't there? Oh my God, there is. I kind of want to get ahead of the curve. That must be an achievement on QQ. I'm gonna check that right now, actually. Is there Tina's test? What the freak? What the fuck is this? Battleground. Is this just a test of the new things? Okay. Hmm. OQ. Sorry, I was checking OQ. Oops. Caps. OQ. Easy is his name, man. He's shopping fucking straight out of Compton. Okay, it's just a garage fight. The dumbed down version. I should qualify. So no, this is not what you're seeing. If you're in 10-man normal or heroic or even flex for that matter, because obviously that would be fucking retarded if they had the same one for all of the difficulties. Because obviously LFR can't handle what the cool people in heroic can, and people in heroic don't have to deal with the dumbed down LFR version, and that's why we have the difficulties. Alright, let's explain enough in my eyes. But yeah. Personally, I'm one of those people. There's a big debate. You probably have heard it. I'm assuming you have. If you haven't, I don't know why you haven't. I don't know where you've been on the internet. But on the people who are just debating, holy crap, is that how little it actually does? About should LFR even exist? Comparatively, okay. Here's what I think. First off, I think in a perfect world it wouldn't. But first off, it's already here, and getting rid of something, an actual thing like that is almost impossible, to be honest with you. Really. But despite that, didn't somebody say they're gonna get the second thing, but they're just not? Easy's the name in the motherfucker straight out of Compton. Yeah, no one, he's not fucking getting it, even though he said he would. What was I gonna say? Yeah, but see, okay, first off, I know it will never be gone because it's here, and getting rid of a thing like that. Actually, they are, aren't they? Well, they're changing it, but it's weird. It's gonna be weird in Flex. It's weird. It's just weird. It's like pre-made group, so it's kind of like OQ except different. But they're sort of getting rid of it, but sort of it's probably gonna be somewhat the same. Um, I don't know. I think the changes, which I do not know very much about because I'm not paying too much attention, will affect some people like the cat. I don't want to say this, but some of the casuals, like legitimately, will be having some trouble with the fact that they actually have to do more to actually get the queue set up. Um, and I think less people will be actually starting queues, and more people will just sort of want to get into the same vibe they're getting with this, which is just they can press a button and start queuing up for it. I haven't looked too in depth on the feature. It might have some implementation for something like that, but since in that case it would just be the same, I'm pretty sure people have to make the groups and then set it up with like eye levels and stuff, and then people will sign up for the groups or they'll sign up to look for a group like that, which again seems heavily confusing, and it kind of is. But this does seem to create a problem, as I said, where like people who are like in LFR and stuff aren't going to really completely understand the concept of sort of. See, I'm making a very broad statement, but they're not going to be able to always figure out how you're supposed to really queue for these types of things and like they're gonna see a bunch of words and just not completely understand it. Cause there's a lot of lingo. Like when I started using QQ, I didn't know what all the things meant. I still am kind of fuzzy on some of them. I at least have a general enough knowledge of like sort of what things mean enough to function, but some of the WoW words are hard. You know, it's like freaking retarded. I'm standing on in these on purpose. I'm not even joking because who the fuck gives a shit? It's LFR. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Yeah. CDO Compton. Easy is the name in the motherfucker. Straight out Compton. Yeah. So I'm not sure what's gonna happen with that. Like just saying like why like it's gonna actually work or not. I guess we can't know until it happens. If people are gonna figure it out, if it's gonna be all nice and fine. Personally though, if I could go back and change LFR from happening, this is a very touchy subject for me because okay, the perfect the perfect elitist wower in me, not wower, WoW player in me wants to say, yeah, I would like to change it because it's catering to the casuals and casuals are bad. But really says this is kind of what I used to do for a long period of time and what kept me playing WoW. Um, though that doesn't mean it's gonna happen for everyone. Personally, I wouldn't want to get rid of it because even though it's not what I do now, that's what I did for a long period of time. Um, which is like a lot of people once they do what they do is they think that that's the end and they will just keep on. They'll do that for like a couple of weeks, maybe complete all the bosses several times, and they're like, you know what? I'm in full LFR gear. I'm so elite, and I'm in full my LFR gear. And I don't have anything to do anymore, and they just leave. Personally, after I got in full LFR gear, I just stayed in full LFR gear and just did the LFR anyway. Cause this is how I was. This is how I am. I guess it's like I'm just not normal. I guess in that regard. And then I eventually, one of my guild masters told me about QQ and explained to me how I could start, like running flex and stuff with QQ. And then I sort of fell in love with raid leading to the point where even though where I even raid lead like my guild groups where I could just have somebody else do it because whatever. But I just love to raid lead my it's just like now kind of what I enjoy doing. So really, on my MCs right now, you can see this is a fun fight. It generally, if you can get a decent group, but it's like, what's I saying? So I wouldn't get rid of LFR, but I could see. Actually, I just wouldn't get rid of LFR because I have ties to it. But I can see why people would think LFR is bad. Oh, I do admit it creates a sort of because okay, the fact that I enjoy the LFR gear more than my current gear is than my better gear is a problem because if I enjoy the easy to get gear, there's no real incentives aesthetically to get with the better gear because there are the people who don't for them progression is looking really cool, and obviously that means transmog sets, but some people don't transmog at all and they want the better looking piece of gear. And if they can get a good looking piece of gear from LFR, they're going to be like, you know what, I'm fine with this. And I'm just going to stick with that and roll around in their LFR gear thinking they're so cool. And just be like, yo, I got LFR gear. And boom, I'm so cool. You know, it's type of people who sit on their mounts on like the, I don't know if people still do this, but back when I used to play Alliance, back in the day, I remember I used to see level, I want to say level, it depends on, it kind of depended, but, level 70 or like level 80. Yeah, it was like level 70 ish. It's level 70 or level 80. I don't really remember. Mind and stuff. Is it? I'm trying to remember. I want to say like level 70, level 80. You know what I mean? Basically BC Wrath sort of time leveling period max whatever words. But this is back in the it wasn't sexy because it wasn't vanilla because for vanilla I played a horde but a very low level horde and I just stayed in this one area in like the barrens just killing the same mobs for like ever, and I used to think I got really good at the game because I was able to kill them really quickly. I just got out of the range where I can gain experience from them and I was just slightly out leveling them. But I did that for a while, and they were really fun mobs to kill. And I kind of wish I could go back to the Blissful Endurance. I mean, somewhat Blissful Endurance is nice because it's so fun. I thought I was so good at the game, and I was so happy what I was doing. It was nice, but I guess I can't really go back to blissful ignorance because it's just I know that that's not what the game is, and that I'm really just out leveling them, and that's not actual skill, but rather just persistence, I guess. But yeah, that's what I used to do back in the day. But back when I used to actually, that's when I switched to Alliance and played a bit more, not a lot. I used to sit in the capital city at like a low level, which is generally a problem for spending a lot of time in like Goldshire or something, like dueling people if you're not actually anywhere close to max level. Um, I did talk with people a lot, which is nice, but people used to make fun of me because I can't spell. People don't make fun of me as much because I can't spell because I'm actually decently geared, so I can kind of fall back on the fact that see, the thing is I can spell. Eh, If I've ever, if yeah, I don't think I've ever actually typed written anything that anyone of my viewers actually see that I actually work on, but I can't spell. It takes me like an extra like millisecond to do that quick edit, and I don't want to. Instead, I rather just like not do the quick edit and not waste that millisecond and just straight up just release it how it is. So I release a completely unedited version, which I know I could just type it correctly, but I also type really quickly, I can type like if you some people probably have seen this and like it looks like I'm typing gibberish, but if you actually use if you I guess a bit too much intelligence for me to expect somebody in a random LFR to do. But if you move all of the keys to if you change all of the letters to the key to the left or right, it spells out an actual logical, maybe even well thought out response. Because I just had my hands at the wrong spot because I'm an idiot. Yeah. So that's one of the things I used to do. I used to chill on. I used to chill. I used to chill in Goldshire. Because Goldshire was a bit. I don't know. That's what people dueled. It's like how Hordes duel. Because you can't duel. I'm pretty sure you're not able to duel inside, even though it's outside. Because you're not able to duel inside like capital cities. So I'm just gonna continue this outside of this quickly, so I can just continue and just be like, I'm not actually gonna show the ending. Just for your guys' sake, I'm not gonna show the ending. Um, I'm just gonna finish my little story. People, like how what the fuck is wrong with what was that frame rate right there? That just blew my mind how bad that was. Like if you go to Orgrimmar, which I'm going to be doing and showing you for some reason, I really don't need to. You can see people do outside the capital city because you're not able to do it in the capital city for some reason, even though it's very open. But you're just not able to do it inside the capital city. So everyone gathers and duels outside the capital city to show their strength, even though most of them are level 43. And we'll dual level 23s and call them noobs, even though them themselves are the ones who are legitimately noobs because it's their first character. And and then you see the people in heirlooms completely wreck them, even though they're 20 levels under them because heirlooms freaking are kind of OP, but they take gold. They're OP, but it's understandable and they're supposed to be OP because you have to work to get them, and like usually there are a bunch of people here. Maybe my computer's taking a shit, and there we go. Usually there's still there we go. You can see people just chill out here. Yeah, look at that. Oh my god, to the level 42. There's some level 90s right here. PvPers. Yep. You saw that level 42. Some 90s dueling. 192. But yeah, there's that level 42 right there. Probably challenging like level 20s to duels. That's the level 52 who's probably challenging the level 42. There's a lot of level differences. Personally, I think the only true duels are either between people of the same level or well, people the same level is a good duel, but I personally like to go people the same level, no gear. It's very slow, but it's complete skill. Actually, it's not really. It's somewhat class imbalance, but still, it can really show skill if you ask me. When I say no gear, I'm talking it only really works perfectly between two casters, because then no weapons. But if you need to, sometimes you need to go with weapons don't count as gear because you have like two melee, but that creates a pretty big um, difference. Okay, I'm gonna call that. That's about what I want to say. See you guys. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do next video. I still need to record one more today, I think. So see you guys later. Peace.